Most people view the legal system as a precision-tuned machine, but in reality, it's more like a cluttered attic overflowing with absolute nonsense. Hidden within dusty archives are hundreds of active statutes that are technically crimes, yet everyone, the police included, has silently agreed to pretend they don't exist. We have hunted down 15 of the most absurd, outdated, and hilarious laws that remain on the books. Prepare for a masterclass in the absolute peak of legislative madness. Number 1. The supernatural no-fly zone. In Eswatini, the Aviation Authority actually has a rule prohibiting witches from flying their broomsticks higher than 150 meters. If a witch is caught hovering in commercial airspace, they could technically face a massive fine. It's the ultimate form of supernatural traffic control. While we haven't seen any broomstick-related mid-air collisions yet, it's good to know the government has a plan for everything. Honestly, if you can actually fly a broom, is a small fine really going to stop you? Number 2. The Invisible Camel Protection Act. Arizona has a law strictly prohibiting the hunting of camels. This seems reasonable until you remember that Arizona hasn't seen a wild camel in over a century. It's a leftover from a failed 19th century military experiment involving the U.S. Camel Corps. The animals are long gone, but the legal protection remains, just in case a stray dromedary wanders out of a time warp and into the desert. Number 3. Posthumous I-do's. France has a law that sounds like the plot of a Gothic romance. You can legally marry a dead person. This isn't an ancient relic. It was solidified in the 1950s after a dam collapse. To this day, you can petition the French president for a posthumous marriage if you can prove the deceased intended to marry you and you have a grave reason. It's a heartbreakingly poetic exception to the rule that until death do us part is the final word. Number 4. The back pocket horse heist. In Alabama, don't even think about putting an ice cream cone in your back pocket. This law wasn't written by someone who hates dessert. It was designed to stop clever horse thieves. Apparently, horses would follow the scent of the treat right out of their stalls without the thief ever having to lead them by hand. It was a genius way to steal a stallion, but a terrible way to ruin a pair of jeans. Number 5. The explosive bathtub citrus. In California, it is technically illegal to eat a tangerine in the bathtub. This statute supposedly dates back to the early 1900s, when officials believed the citric acid could react with common bath oils and cause a literal explosion. While it sounds like a total urban legend, it remains a staple of dumb law lists. Since no one has been arrested for a citrus-related bathroom incident, you're probably safe to peel that fruit while you soak. Number 6. Martian traffic enforcement. The French village of Châteauneuf-du-Pape takes its wine so seriously that in 1954, the mayor passed a law banning UFOs from flying over or landing in the town. Any flying saucers or flying cigars spotted would be immediately impounded. While it was clearly a brilliant PR stunt to protect the local vineyards, the law remains on the books today. Apparently, the aliens have been too intimidated to challenge it. Number 7. The toothless permission slip. In Vermont, there is a legendary statute suggesting that women must obtain written permission from their husbands before getting false teeth. It's a bizarre relic from an era when a woman's medical decisions were apparently the business of her spouse's signature. While no one is actually checking your mouth for a permission slip today, imagine the awkwardness at the dentist's office if this were actually enforced. Number 8. Mandatory public joy. Milan, Italy has an old city regulation that technically requires citizens to smile at all times in public. The only exceptions are for funeral goers or those visiting hospitals. It's a law designed to keep the city's vibe impeccably cheerful. If the local police actually handed out tickets for frowning, the city's treasury would be overflowing within a single morning commute. Number 9. Curtains are a legal requirement. Singapore is famous for its strictness, but did you know it's technically illegal to be naked in your own home if a neighbor can see you? It falls under obscene acts and can lead to a hefty fine or even jail time. The law effectively turns your curtains into essential legal equipment. If you can't even be free in your own living room, where can you be? Number 10. The birthday police. In the beautiful islands of Samoa, forgetting your wife's birthday is technically a legal trap. According to a long-standing law, a wife can report this neglect, leading to a police visit or a fine. If the cops actually enforce this, half the male population would be doing hard time, while the other half frantically Googled jewelry stores from a jail cell.
Number 11. Licensed rainmakers only. Over in Victoria, Australia, you are legally forbidden from making rain unless you have a proper government license. The Rainmaking Control Act of 1967 was designed to regulate cloud seeding, but the phrasing makes it sound like they're worried about rogue wizards conjuring a monsoon in their backyard. Unless you're a scientist with a plane full of silver iodide, your rain dance is technically a crime. Number 12. No whispering during the hunt. Alaska takes its wildlife seriously, but one law stands out. It is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting. The idea is that it might distract the hunter or provide an unfair advantage. How the whisper police would ever catch you remains a mystery, but it feels like it was written by someone who had a very annoying hunting partner once and decided to make it a state issue. Number 13. The Sasquatch Protection Program. Skamania County, Washington has a law that is a gift to hunters of the supernatural. Killing Bigfoot is a felony. In 1969, they passed this to protect Sasquatch from overzealous explorers. It's the ultimate just-in-case law for a creature that might not even exist. If you find the legendary ape man, leave your rifle at home or face major jail time. Number 14. The physics-defying whistle. Vermont has a law that sounds like a challenge for a magician. It is technically illegal to whistle underwater. Since physics generally makes whistling underwater impossible for the average human anyway, this is a law that effectively enforces itself. It's a beautifully useless piece of legislation that serves as a reminder that sometimes lawmakers just like to state the obvious. Number 15. The illegal act of dying. In the town of Longyearbyen, Norway, it is technically illegal to die. Because of the extreme cold, bodies do not decompose in the permafrost, which created a massive public health concern decades ago. If you are terminally ill, you are flown to the Norwegian mainland to pass away. While the police won't arrest a corpse, the law effectively bans the act of dying within city limits. We've just survived a high-speed journey through a legislative attic full of pure nonsense. These 15 rules prove that lawmakers often have more imagination than common sense. It's comforting to know we're all technically criminals under some ancient, ignored statute. If you had the power to delete one of these laws from history forever, which would it be? Let's spark a debate in the comments. Hit that subscribe button to stay curious and never miss another deep dive into the world's most fascinating facts. See you in the next one.